Central Methodist softball, they'll be on a 4-game road trip. They'll have a doubleheader on Saturday down in Dubuque, Iowa. Of course, that's where the Clark women's basketball team won their national championship this past Saturday over Thomas More there. They'll begin doubleheader 1 and 3, and then they'll head to Cedar Rapids to play a doubleheader on Sunday. Next home game is April 1st, taking on Mid-America Nazarene 1 and 3. Of course, the next time you get to hear me broadcast will be on Saturday, taking on Baker, 1 o'clock start time pregame show at 12:45. Looks like we're about ready to get game 2 going there. Both teams warming up there. And looks like taking the mound there is Hallie Ferris, who had a great visit with her. She is from Camdenton, Missouri. 2-2, 2.10 ERA, 12 walks, 20 strikeouts. That's also where former Central Methodist volleyball player Jordan Wolf, also track athlete Carly, her sister Carly Wolf as well. So that's Hallie Ferris warming up. And looks like down at third base, that's Caitlin Kaiser. I believe that's number 6 at first base, Joe Kreider. Behind the plate there, that's Lauren Hill. Of course, I know her dad, Brian, is probably listening in on the broadcast as well. So we're about ready to get game number 2 going, a little past 3 o'clock there. And I'm sure most of us spent the break by watching reruns of Family Feud with host Richard Dawson. So now it looks like Madison Roberts is at short, Madison White second. So we're about ready to get going there. Looks like Karina Ramirez will be the batter. We'll start them off there. First pitch. That's a ball. Of course, her last time Haley Ferris pitched was on that Sunday where she threw a one-hitter against Westminster. First pitch came at 3:09. Temperature 50, about 60 degrees. Time and temperature sponsored by the parking spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The parking spot. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Strike. 2-1 now. Ramirez in the first game went 1 for 3. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a little bit high. 3-1 to count. On Karina Ramirez, 3-1 pitch. Fouls it to the screen, 3-2 now. Looks like the outfield is about the same as it is in the first game. Three and two now. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4 there. And looks like number 1. Looks like Alyssa Montoya. Montoya in the first game went 0 for 4. First pitch to her. Lays on a bunt, and that's a foul ball. Strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. Looks like that's Casey Jolly out in left field. 0-1 pitch. Slaps it foul. 0-2. Wonder. 0-2 now on Alyssa Montoya. It looks like on deck is Lauren Johnson. 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2. Chips a little ground ball. Throw the first. Not in time. That'll be an infield hit. First hit of the game now for Cottey. Here's Lauren Johnson, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch to her. Lays on a bunt, and that's going to roll foul. Oh, 1 to count. Just underway. Game number 2. 3:09 p.m. Here comes the 0-1. Just a bit outside, 1-1 now. One ball, one strike, the 1-1. Up high, 2-1 now. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Strike. They throw down the third, and they got her. Good recognition by Lauren Hill, and a great tag there by Caitlin Kaiser. So 1 down now, 2-2 the count, and Montoya takes second. That's a big out there. Looking like Cottey had something going on early, but a solid defensive play by Lauren Hill. 2-2 pitch. That's 3-2 now. That was a good recognition and a great tag. 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. Slaps it. That's a fair ball. Nice job there by the left fielder stopping it and keeping Montoya at third. So 2 hits already this inning. Here's Ariana Palencia went 0 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. So first and third, it's so still no score. 0-1 now. That's a strike call. 0-2 now. Even though it says 1-0, but in my scorebook it is 0-0. Now we got it straight now. 0-2. The 0-2. That's outside 1-2 now. Allie Ferris from Camdenton, Missouri. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. That's up high. 2-2 now. Looks like that's number 25 batting for the first time. Elizabeth Thomas on deck. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. Three balls, 2 strikes on Ariana Palencia. 3-2 the count. Fouls it to the screen. That's a good thing we have a screen there, because if I was going to be like Harry Carey, Harry would have had a net and try to catch a foul ball like he did numerous times at Wrigley Field. 3-2 pitch. I think that's a foul ball, yep. Montoya at third. Johnson's at first. 3-2 the count with 1 out. Ramirez walked, but was caught stealing third. 3-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. Nice stop by White. Throws a second. Beautiful play. A run will score. That would be a fielder's choice, an RBI. I tell you what, as Mel Allen would say on This Week in Baseball, how about that? That's Elizabeth Thomas batting for the first time. There as well from Celinda, California. That's a strike call. No balls and a strike. Looks like number 14. There's no number 14 on my roster. 1-1 to count. Unless that's 24, I can't tell where I'm at. 1-1 to count, the 1-1. It's a little pop fly to right field. Looks like the right fielder will call for. And there's the third out. So 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Cottey 1, Central Methodist coming to bat. Three and 0, 4.03 ERA as well. We'll go ahead and set the defense. Alyssa Montoya is in left. Out in center field, Kalina Ramirez. In right field is Alexis Castillo. Ariana Castillo. Out at third base, that is Jenna Wilson. At third base, at shortstop, is Mariana DeSoto. Second baseman, Ariana Palencia. First baseman, Lauren Johnson. Behind the plate is Elizabeth Thomas there. As Kalina Oots will be the batter. She'll be out in center field today. In the first game of the doubleheader, Oots went 1 for 3 with an RBI, giving her a total number 8 on the year. And then you got Madison Roberts on deck. One nothing Cottey. Just 2 hits so far. First pitch. That's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. 1-1 the count on Kalina Oots. Here comes the 0-1. Swings and misses. Strike 2. On to the count. 0-2 pitch. That's outside 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Game number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kalina Oots. 1-2 pitch. It's a little pop up, and that'll be a foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch coming up. Slaps that one foul. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. That's 2-2. 2-2 to count. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Slaps it to the left field. That's up against the left field wall. Glutz is rounding first. She's thinking 2. She's thinking 3. She's in there with a triple. A 3-bagger for Kalina Oots. Here's Madison Roberts up there. Went 2 for 4 with a single and a double. First pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strike. One know the count. Here comes the 1-0. That's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Infield in at the corners. 2-0 pitch. That's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1 now. 2 balls and 1 strike on Madison Roberts. 2-1 pitch. It's a high pop up there. I think shortstop will call for out number 1. So 1 out now for Madison White. White went 1 for 3 in the first game of our doubleheader. Madison White. First pitch. Hits the ground ball. There's a base hit there. Oots will score. Ties the game at 1. And for Madison White, that's 14 RBIs on the year. Caitlin Kaiser went 1 for 4 in the doubleheader with an RBI. And Kaiser has 17 RBI. Started out in left. Is now playing third base. First pitch to him. Well, that gets away from there. That hits her. So now first and second now on the hit batsman for Joey Kreider. Joe Kreider went 1 for 3 with a single. First and second, 1 out. Tying game of 1. Both teams have 2 hits. First pitch. Well, that kind of gets away from there. White is headed for third, and in the second is Kaiser. That'll be a pass ball. So now first, second, and third. And if she can hit it to the right side, now you score White, but move Kaiser to third. The 1-0. Fly ball to left field. That is a foul ball. And it's a 1-1 count. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. Here's the 1-1. That's up high. 2-1 to count. Elizabeth Palumbo on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. There's a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. White's at third. Kaiser's at second. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now on Joe Kreider. Looks like the first game of the doubleheader between Central Methodist and Mid-America is done. 3-2 pitch. It's a high pop up there. And the second baseman calls for out number 2. Excuse me. Here's Liz Palumbo. In the first game of today, went 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI, gave her a total 11. Second and third, 2 outs, first pitch. Lines a base hit there. White's going to score. Kaiser will score, and it's 3-1 Central Methodist on a 2 RBI single. Here's Lauren Hill, 318 hitter, no homers, 6 RBIs on the year from California, Missouri. Of course, her dad, Brian. Of course, I met her dad a few times. I'm sure looking forward to meeting him a few more times this upcoming year. First pitch to him. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 3 hits for Central Methodist. 1 ball, no strikes on Lauren Hill. The 1-0. Swings and misses, strike 1. One pitch. That's outside. 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Lines a base hit there. Palumbo will stop at second. 4 hits now for Central Methodist. Here's Michaela Albert, 238 hitter, homer and RBI from Tomball, Texas. I wonder if Uncle Kenny, who of course does the NHL games on TNT, is probably watching the broadcast there, along with partner Eddie Olchek. And that looks like a ball call there. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. 1-1 now. I wonder if Grandpa Marv, who was a longtime broadcaster, also listening in on the broadcast. 1-1 to count. It's a little pop-up to the center fielder. Makes the catch for the third out. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a lead 2. We are through 1. Central Methodist 3, Cottey 1. Okay, get all the 44 Generals. Okay. 2-2 the count. Excuse me. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Lines it. Oh, what a play by Madison Roberts. Hits it right on the dot. So 1 out now. Ariana Castillo up there. 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch to her. That's a strike. 0 balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 now. That is 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. Hits a high fly ball to left field. The left fielder gives a chase, and it's off the wall there. Castillo will stop at second with a 1-out double. There's Amelia Gossman up the bat. 273 hitter, no homers, 4 RBIs from North Little Rock, Arkansas. First pitch to her. That's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. On 1 to count. Whit Norris and the Catbird seat. Game number 2. 3-1 Central Methodist. That's up high, 1-1. Central Methodist won the first game 7-1. On 8 hits and an error, Cottey 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. 1-1 to count. The 1-1. That's inside there in the corner, 1-2. One and two the count. 1-2 pitch. Oh, there's the changeup high. 2-2. So two and two to count. 2-2 pitch. 3-2 now. 3-2 the count there. Three and two the count there on Amelia Gossman. That's ball 4 now. So first and second, one out for Maya DeSoto. DeSoto went 0 for 2 in the first game of our doubleheader. First pitch to her. That's been inside, 1-0 to count. Three 1 Central Methodist. Cottey got 1 in the first, and Central with 3 in the first. The 1-0 fouls it off, 1-1. Allie Ferris, where's number 5? Like another number 5 I always idolized. The great George Brett from the Kansas City Royals. Also number 5, the great Johnny Bench. 1-1 pitch. 2-1 to count. Two balls and 1 strike. That's up high, 3-1. 3-1 to count. On deck is Karina Ramirez. There you see, looks like Madison White talking with Hallie Ferris. Trying a little conference action. I think Hallie just needs to just talk to the softball, point to the catcher, and do all the good stuff. 3-1 pitch coming up. Swings and misses. Or as Joe Garagiola calls it, that's called for reaching something extra. 3-2 the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so 2 outs now. And here's Karina Ramirez. She walked, but remember she was caught stealing, trying to steal third in that first inning. In the first pitch. That is a bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Alyssa Montoya came in today's doubleheader as the team's leading hitter. At 386. The 1-0. That's missed. 2 balls and no strikes. I know that. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch coming on up. There's a strike. 2-1 now. I wonder. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 pitch. That's high. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. Looks like the second game looks like just getting started. That may be Bobby Nichols on first base over at Estes Field. 3-1 pitch. And now ball 4 now. Now the bases are full of Comets. Montoya singled her first time up. First pitch to her. There's a strike call trying to run and bunt. Just like Maury Wills used to do that a lot for the Dodgers back in the 1960s. No balls and one strike. Here's the 0-1. That's a ball. 1-1 now. 1-1 to count on Alyssa Montoya. Castillo at third. Gassman at second. Ramirez at first. 2 outs. 3. No 1-1. Slaps it foul. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 called. So no runs on 1 hit. No errors. And they lead 3. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 3-1 Central Methodist. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors for Central Methodist, and 3 hits and no errors for Cottey. That's Casey Jolly the batter. 257 hit, no homers, 3 RBIs from Nampa, Idaho. Of course, back in 1994, the Central Methodist men's basketball team played an opening round game in Nampa, Idaho. And it happened on my birthday, which was on a Thursday. And that's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. They took on Lynn College of Florida on that Thursday afternoon. And ball 1 there, and of course, I remember that one, it was my birthday. And then about 2 hours later, the Central Methodist women's basketball team went out and ate dinner at Ryan's restaurant in Columbia. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2 now. One and two the count. The 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2-2. 2-2 the count. Kalina Oots on deck. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it off. Still 2-2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. That's 3-2 now. Three-two pitch. That's ball 4. Kalena Oots tripled her first time up. First pitch. Hits that may be, and the catch is made by the left fielder. So out number 1 there. And back to first is Jolly. Madison Roberts popped to short her first time up. First pitch. Bats a ball. 1-0 to count. First pitch, the 1-0 pitch. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. They'll go to second for 1. The first, that's a fielder's choice. So 2 outs now. Here's Madison White. Single, drove in a run her first time up. So Roberts at first. Hits a high fly ball to right field. Right fielder calls for it. And there's the third out. So no runs on no hits. No errors and 1 left. We are through 2. Central Methodist 3. Cottey 1. Three runs, 4 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 3 hits, and no errors for Cottey. As Lauren Johnson singled her first time up. First pitch. Rise the bunt, and that's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. Top of the third, and then Quentin Norris here from the catbird seat. 0-1 to count. Strike 2, 0-2. To the count. Here comes your 0-2. It's a little chopper right to Ferris. Throws to Joey Kreider for out number 1. Here's Ariana Palencia. Reached on a fielder's choice, but did drive in a run her first time up. And for Palencia, that's 23 on the year. Swings and misses. Strike 1. Oh, balls and 1 strike. 0-1 pitch. There's a strike. 0-2 now. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2. Fouls it all. Still 0-2. Oh and 2 the count. 1 out in the top of the third. 0-2 pitch. Strike three. Still two quick outs now. And Elizabeth Thomas up there flew out to the right fielder, Michaela Albert. First pitch. That's a strike call. No balls and one strike. 1-1 the count. The 0-1. That's up high. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. The 1-1. That's outside. 2-1. Two balls and a strike. 2-1 pitch. Chops it foul. 2-2 now. Two and two to count. Time called. Two pitch. Just missed. 3-2 now. Three-two pitch. That's a foul ball off the screen and off the press box. 3-2 the count. Three-two pitch. That's ball four now, so a two-out walk there. There's Jenna Wilson. She popped out to Madison Roberts. First pitch. Oh, nice stop by Lauren Hill. Back to first. And the count is 1-0. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. It's the grounder foul. 1-1 now. One ball, one strike. Chops that one foul. Still 1-2. One, two, the count. The 1-2 pitch. Strike three call. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left. We head to the bottom of the third. Central Methodist 3, Cottey 1. Okay, let's see how they did in the first game today. Okay. Oh, 2 pitch. That's outside. 1-2. One ball, two strikes on Michaela Albert. Hill at first. Hits the ground ball to third. Throws over the first for the third out. So 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 1. We're through 3. Central Methodist 4. Cottey 1. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors for Cottey. There's Ariana Castillo. She doubled her first time up. That was the last hit recorded by Cottey. Cottey led 1-0 after half inning, then 3 in the first for Central Methodist, and 1 in the third. And that's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Top of the 4th inning, a little past 4 o'clock on Wednesday, March 22nd, on Bob Costas' birthday. The 1-0. So, like center fielder calls for, and that's the third out. So, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We're halfway home. Central Methodist 4, Cottey 1 on CMUEagles.com. Four runs, 6 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 4 hits, and no errors for Cottey. And it's Casey Jolly. She drew a walk her first time.
Now batting the left fielder, number 1, Casey Jolly.
Four ones are scored. Bottom of the 4th. First pitch. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 now. It's a little chopper to the first baseman. She'll take it himself for out number 1. Kalina Oots, 1 for 2 with a triple. First pitch. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throw the first, 2 quick outs. Here's Madison Roberts, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. Oh, that gets away, but it's a ball. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. That's up high. 2-0 to count. Looks like Madison White is on deck. For 1 Central Methodist. 2-0 pitch. That's outside. 3-0. 3-1 to count. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 pitch. That's ball 4. 2-out walk there. And now Madison White up there. 1 for 2 with a single and an RBI. Giving her a total of 14. Second on the team in RBIs. Behind Caitlin Kaiser at 17 going into today's doubleheader. And there you see the pitcher for Cottey smoothing the mound just like Mark the Bird Fidridge used to do a lot for the Detroit Tigers. First pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. It's a high fly ball to right field. Right fielder gives a chase, and it's against the wall there. Looks like they're going to wave Roberts around. There will be no throw to the plate. And it's now 5-1 now on a double by Madison White, her second RBI of the day. Here's Caitlin Kaiser, 0 for 1 on the day. So White has 15 now on the year. First pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. One and 0 to count. 5-1 Central Methodist. The 1-0. That's outside. 2-0. Kaiser now has 17 that drove and run in the first game. Looping liner, that is a base hit. They're going to wave White around. Throw is cut off, and it's 6-1 now. And Caitlin Kaiser has 18 RBIs on the year. Here's Joe Kreider, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. That is a strike call. No balls and a strike. Bottom of the 4th inning. On 1 to count. Liz Palumbo on deck. Ooh, that high. 1-1. One and 1 to count. The 1-1. Ropes a liner in the center field, but the center fielder makes the catch for the 3rd out. So run on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We are through 4. 2 runs on 2 hits, and no errors, and they leave 1. We're through 4. 6-1 Central Methodist. Okay. 1-0. That's ball 2. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 pitch. That is a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Top of the 5th inning, 6-1 Central Methodist. If everything goes according to plan, we may get to talk to Pat Reardon about today's game and preview the Saturday, Sunday games as we begin conference action. 3-1 to count. 3-1 pitch. Strike. 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. It's a high fly ball. Looks like Oots has the room to make the catch for out number 2. 4 in a row retired. There's Ariana Palencia, 0 for 2 with an RBI. That came in a fielder's choice in the first inning. That kind of gets away, and that's a ball. The 1-0. Swings and misses. Strike. 1-1 now. One ball, 1 strike. There's a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 now. One, two to count. The 1-2. Strike 3 called. Another 1-2-3 inning goes Cottey. We're through 4.5. Central Methodist 6. Cottey 1. With 2 singles and an RBI. Where's number 15, like the great Tim McCarver? Of course, played catcher for the Cardinals. Most notably, he was the personal catcher for Bob Gibson. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Hits the ground ball. They'll go to second for 1. The first. That's a double play. 6-4-3 double play. Or as they say on television, your pitcher's best friend.
Now batting number 4, Brianna Howell.
So a new hitter there, Brianna Howell. Three for 3 on the year with a homer and 6 RBIs. From St. Charles, Missouri. That's where Lindenwood University is at, of course, a member of the Ohio Valley Conference. So 2 quick outs now. First pitch to her. That's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. On 1 to count. The 0-1. It's a chopper right to the pitcher. Throws the first for the 3rd out. So no runs on no hits, 1 error, and no one left on. We are through 5. Central Methodist 6 and Cottey 1 on CMUEagles.com. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. A run, 4 hits, and an error for Cottey. Here's Elizabeth Thomas. 0 for 1 with a walk. Top of the 6th inning. Central Methodist needs 6 more outs for win number 13, and that's a ball. The 1-0 pitch. That's a ball, 2-0 to count. The 2-0 pitch. There's a strike, 2-1. Two and one to count. 2-1 pitch. That's up high, 3-1. Three and one to count. 3-1 pitch. That is a foul ball, 3-2. 3-2 the count. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4 now. That's Lori Arenado. Elizabeth Brown is the courtesy runner. As Lori Arenado up there. 150 hitter, no homers, 2 RBIs from Duval, Texas. Looks like a new pitcher on the mound. That's Haley Cotter. Of course, Haley, there you see the numbers 2-0, 3.94 ER, 10 walks, 9 strikeouts from Smithville, Missouri. I had a great visit with her in between games. And amazing enough, this the first time I met Haley, it was 2 years ago next month. And that was when it was at a softball game. They were playing Culver Stockton. And that was the day after when we had all that rain on that Saturday. Of course, it was on a Sunday afternoon. And so I had a great visit with Haley. And then that Saturday, of course, the volleyball team took on Cottey in the opening round of the national tournament. So that was my first time I met Haley Cotter. And I'm sure Rachel will remember that one too. So Haley Cotter in relief. First pitch. And that is a strike call. 0-1 to count. Jordan Bell got the win. 5-1 in game number 1. There's the 0-1 now. That's ball, 1-1 now. Maybe trying to give her some work, anticipating that she may get the pitch this weekend, either at Clark or Mount Mercy. The 1-1 fouls it off the foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The last time, remember, they played at Mount Mercy was at the conference tournament. And they won the title. Now this year is at Baker University. 1-2 the count. The 1-2. Nice stop there. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch. Hits the ground ball to the shortstop. Early plays the first. Nice job there for out number 1.
Now batting number 19, Milena Bueno.
And now the next batter up there, Milena Bueno from Avondale, Arizona. .316, no homers, 1 RBI. Next game up for Cottey will be Sunday, taking on Lyon at home. That's a strike. They throw over there, gets away, but a nice job there by Kalina Oots, backing up the play. Oh, 1 to count. The 0-1 now. Swings and misses. Strike 2. Oh, 2 the count. Haley countered in relief at Hallie Ferris. 1-2 now. Hallie Ferris went 5. One and 2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. There's out number 2 there. One of her victories, I think Hallie Cotter had. I believe it was against Lyon. Amelia Gassman. 1 for 2 with a double. It's a liner. That is a base hit there. They're going to hold the runners at first and third. Here's Maya DeSoto, 0 for 2. 5 hits now for Cottey. First pitch. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 to count. 0-1 to pitch. That's out there. Strike 2. Of course, I also like to give a shout out to one of my friends who goes to school at Cottey, named Audrey Novinger. Of course, her mom is Sarah. Of course, I'm good friends with for a number of years. Lives in Columbia. The 0-2. That's a ball. 1-2 now. There is Karina Ramirez on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Nice stop by Lauren Hill. 2-2. Ariano is at third. Actually, that's the courtesy runner Elizabeth Brown at third. Bueno's at Gassman's at first. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so no runs on 1 hit. No errors, and they leave 2. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Central Methodist 3, Cottey 1. 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Central Methodist. 5 hits and an error for Cottey. It's Casey Jolly up there, 0 for 1.
Number 1, Casey Joseph.
And of course, if Central Methodist can get 3 more runs there, they win by the 8-run rule. Looks like a new catcher on there. Alyssa Slaw is the new catcher, number 13. So Jolly up the bat. First pitch. Fouls it off. Strike 1. A little past 4:30 on this Wednesday. March 22nd. And a strike 2 call. 0-2 the count. Hopefully we'll talk with Pat Reardon after the game. Give me thoughts on today's game. There's a ground ball. Shortstop has it. Throw to first. Not in time. That's a base hit all the way. 9 hits now for Central Methodist.
Now batting the center fielder, number 13, Kalena.
Here's Kalena Oates. 1 for 3 with a triple. Yeah. Come on in. Is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 now. 1-2 pitch. Hits a ground ball to the shortstop. They'll go to second for 1, and that's all they can get. So fielder's choice. 1 out now.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Madison Roberts.
Here's Madison Roberts. 0 for 2 with the walk. First pitch to him. And that's a strike call. No balls and a strike. 0-1 to count. 0-1 pitch. Ball 1-1. Now there goes Oots, and she takes second. One ball, 1 strike. No 1-1. That's in. That's outside. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Central Methodist going to go for win number 13. That's outside. 2-2 now. Oots at second on the field. Huh? 3-1. Oh, okay. Because here's the pitch. Fouls it off. Still 3-2 now. Yeah. 2-2 to count. Two balls and 2 strikes. Madison White on deck. That's outside now. 3-2. 3-2 now on Madison Roberts. 3-2 pitch. Lines up, base hit there. Oots will hold up. She'll be held at third. And now Madison White up there. 2
Now batting
for 3 with single, double, and 2 RBIs. If she can hit a 3-run homer, this game could be over with by the 8-run rule. First pitch to her. There is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. On deck is Caitlin Kaiser. The 0-1 now. That's up high, 1-1. Today's attendance, 36,400. 1-1 to count. Oh, 1 pitch. A hitter. And that will drive in a run on the hit batsman. And it's 7-1. Colleen Oots will score.
now batting the first baseman, number 6, Joe Kreider.
Here's Joe Kreider, 0 for 3. If Kreider can get a double, a base hit could win it. Still 1 out now. Here's the pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. Still 1 out now. And now it looks like time has been called. Looks like a little conference action there. Looks like they are re-entering Brooke Vicori. Seven to 1 now. Bottom of the 6th inning. You look at the situation here. You got Madison Roberts at 3rd. Madison White. Actually, it's Cassidy Brent at 2nd. Caitlin Kaiser 1st. And Joe Kreider will be at bat. So bases loaded for Joe Kreider. The count was 1-0. A base hit could win it. Here's the 1-0. Fouls it to the screen, and it's 1-1. Central Methodist won the first game, 7-1. Of course, baseball won their first game against Mid-American Nazarene, 15-2, thanks to 3 home runs by Tanner Sears, 2 by Allen West. That's up high, 2-1 to count. Two and 1 to count on Joe Kreider. Laner toward left. 2-1 pitch. Swings and misses. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 to count. 2-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. They'll go home for 1. The first, not in time. So 2 outs now. Here's Liz Palumbo. 2 for 3 with a single, double. First pitch. It's a high fly ball to right the count. The 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Top of the 7th inning. 1-1 to count. Hopefully we'll get to talk with Pat Reardon. Chops it foul, 1-2 now. About today's game and also preview the matchups with Clark and Mount Mercy. The 1-2. I think she did go. No, that's a foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. That's up high, 2-2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. Slaps it foul, still 2-2. Two and two the count. 2-2 pitch. That's 3-2. Of course, the week from tomorrow, baseball's opening day. St. Louis Cardinals take on Toronto at 3 o'clock. Kansas City Royals take on Minnesota at 3. Then 6 p.m., the defending World Series champion Houston Astros take on the Chicago White Sox. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4 now. Leadoff walk. Here's Alyssa Montoya, 1 for 3 with a single.
Now batting number 1, Alyssa Montoya.
First pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 1. On 1 to count. The 0-1. Strike 2. Tell you what, Haley Cottey really came on there since there were nobody out and a runner at first in the top of the 6th inning. Just allowed just 1 hit. That's up high, 1-2. One and two the count on Alyssa Montoya. 1-2 pitch. Slaps it to third. They'll go to first for the first out. So 1 out now. Here's Lauren Johnson. 1 for 3 with a single. Cottey got run in the first. Central Mets is 3 in the first. 1 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the 6th. First pitch to her. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like we're heading toward the 5 o'clock hour. Looks like baseball's still going on there. Looks like they're starting the second. The 1-0 pitch. That's a ball. 1 ball, 2 balls, and no strikes. 2-0 the count. Two-0 pitch. That's a ball. 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Three-one pitch, 3-0 pitch. That's a strike. 3-1 now. 3-1 to count. 1 pitch. Oh, that's another one. 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the second baseman. Throws over the first for out number 2. So now 1 more out to go. There's Ariana Palencia, 0 for 3 with an RBI. That was on a fielder's choice in the first inning. Just needs 1 more out to go. Cox Softball Complex shivering with its concrete foundation. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. 7-1 now. The 1-0 swings and misses. Strike. 1-1 now. One and one to count. 1-1 pitch. That's strike. 1-2 now. Now to the last strike. Just listen to this crowd here at the Cox Softball Complex. They're just 1 strike away. The 1-2. Oh, nice stop by Lauren Hill. And it's 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ariana Palencia. 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 2-2. We had to dodge and duck because some raindrops, but here we are on the new field turf. 2-2 pitch. It's the ground ball. White knocks it down. Stays with it, but a run will score to make it 7-2. That'll be an error on Madison White. Fouls it off. 0-1 now. Alyssa Young. New player into the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Fouls it off. 1-2 now. Down to the last strike. They gave her a hit, but I think that should be an error according to my score. There's strike 3 call. So 1 run on no hits. 1 error, and they leave the 1. And the final score is Central Methodist wins another one, 7-2. Central Methodist, 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. 2 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Cottey. Central Methodist is 13-5, 11-14 for Cottey. Central Methodist won the first game, bit by a score of 7-1. So Central Methodist, their next home game is not until April 1st. We welcome in Mid-American Nazarene Town. They will be on the road Saturday against Clark, and then Sunday at Mount Mercy. Both 1 o'clock start times as well. We'll have some softball. We'll have baseball on Saturday. A doubleheader here against Baker. Pre-game show 12:45 p.m. First pitch 1 o'clock p.m. Quentin Norris saying so long. In a few moments, we're going to talk with Pat Reardon about today's doubleheader victory here on CMU